This is Ink Dependence, and I am Mike, and this is Montblanc's Leo Tolstoy. This is called Sky Blue. It's one of their limited editions. Not the newest blue from them as a limited edition. There's a BMW one out now that I'm pretty sure is a blue like this. This one's called Sky Blue, comes in a 35 milliliter bottle, as do the rest of their limited editions. This is what that bottle looks like. It's this cute little guy. I kind of like the cube one better, but this is a nice enough bottle. I do wish it was deeper if I have a pen with a big nib. Like if you had I don't know, one of the big Montblancs, I don't know if you'd be getting the nib in there. So this would be a little frustrating for that maybe, but it does work pretty good for most pens. Pretty well, works well. There's this little plastic hat. You can see the snowflake on the top. This is it. For some reason, I was expecting this sky blue to be a much lighter shade of blue. It's not though, it is like this. So there it is. That's Montblanc's Leo Tolstoy. This right here is Audrey, my wife's handwriting. She is much better with this music nib. This is the Franklin Christoph 02. See, I wrote that. It looks all weird, and I'm not good at it. I think I hold the pen all wrong. Anyway, whatever. She's good at that, so I asked her to write that, and so she did. So there you go. This little swatch is pretty true to form, I think, for this ink, which is far darker, like I said, than I was kind of expecting. I would say the flow on this one is kind of medium, maybe a little bit on the dry side. It's certainly not flooding out of any of these pens, and it does have a bit of a tendency to dry up in my Ondoro, but then a lot of things do. So I'm not going to really hold that against it too much. But as you can see here, it kind of tapered off with the music nib. If you're not familiar with the Christoph music nib, we've got it on this pen right here, which is, sorry about this, I busted a fingernail and it hurts. This is the Franklin Christoph 02. This is also my wife's pen. I borrow it from her sometimes for reviews. You saw it when I did the red, burning red. This is the Christoph music nib, affectionately known as the shovel. It's a 1.9 millimeter music nib. Got the big C in there. It's a very pretty nib, and it does a good job. Just I am terrible at writing with it. And the reason I say this is a result of dryness and not the pen, is that this big old feed has no problem keeping up with that nib in my experience. So it makes me think this ink runs a little bit on the dry side. Not too much, but a little bit. I mentioned the other pens that I wrote with. So I used it in this, which is a Sailor Pro Gear, of course. I really like the flat ends on these. It's my favorite style, I think, although I do like the 911s, the 1911s. It's sort of longer and I don't know, it fits my hand a little better. Although I really like the styling of this one. This is a beautiful nib. And it works pretty well with this ink, actually. It hated the last ink that was in there, which was Ackerman 03. I don't know why, but it gets along much better with this ink, so that's fun. I've refilled it once or twice, actually. This, once or twice? I guess once. Anyway, this is the Faber-Castell Ondoro, which is in the smoked oak barrel. This is actually oak. Beautiful pen. The only problem is that it tends to dry out a bit. Let's see what it does when I try to write with it. I'll give it a little squiggle. Oh, it works. So here's the thing. If it doesn't dry out, the other thing it does is it tends to condense the ink. So this is the same ink, right? It's just been sitting there for a day. A day? I guess I didn't use it yesterday, so yeah, a day. And it's very dark. So if I keep writing with it for a while, it'll turn light blue again, or at least a lighter blue. But be aware with that. I'm not sure. If you have an Ondoro, let me know if you've got the same thing going on, or if I've got a bum cap seal or something. I don't know. But this pen is too great not to write with. The nib is great. The barrel is great. I love it. But it does tend to do that. So I'm going to say this ink runs a little bit on the dry side, and that doesn't work real well with the Ondoro. It tends to condense it up. Here's a couple of little writing samples. You can see these on the blog as well. More pictures there. Here down at the bottom, I've got it compared to a bunch of blue inks because I always have blues lined up. I've got Aurora Blue. That's actually in this Montegrappa Mule, which is this guy right here. You can see a nice tarnish beginning on there. Which is Aurora's kind of a purpley blue, as you can see there. Underneath that, Sailor Siboku, which is the pigment ink from Sailor. That's the blue one. Cross Blue Black, which we'll be seeing on the blog very soon, which is a really nice blue black. And I got a sample of Noodler's Bay State Blue, and I put it in a Preppy because Bay State is an ink that you don't mix with any other inks ever, is the word on the street. So I decided to try that one out. And Bay State Blue is a lot more purpley than I thought it was going to be, but it's a very bold color. And then underneath that, Barrier Reef Blue from Blackstone, which you'll also see on the blog coming up soonish. It's a very cool blue. I like it a lot. Oh, here's some actual sheen. Let me see if I can get that sunbeam again. Yeah, look at that. So when you let this ink dry out a little bit, sometimes you can get some sheen. So that's why I amended up here, because you do get a little bit. You can see a little bit of sheen here where it went when it went down heavy. I don't know. Yeah, you can see a little bit there. Anyway, you do get a little bit of sheen out of the ink. Not a huge amount. You're not gonna. It's not gonna overpowering like with Majestic Blue from Diamine or some of those other ones where it's just all sheen and no blue. You definitely get blue. So there you go. All right, so there's a whole bunch of different blues. All right, so water drop test. Let's do that right quick. Let's see, where did I put my needle? I need some ink. I need some water. There we go. All right, that was the sound of sucking water up into this needle. Let's zoom in, and there we go. Let's get a little bit up there, why not? All right. So immediately you can see that it's not super water resistant at all. I wasn't expecting it to be. When you see the chromatography, you'll be like, I wouldn't expect that either, Mike, and you would be right. All right, let's see what's left over. Sorry about the sniffles. My allergies are killing me today. So there we go. All right. Blot, blot, blot. All right, so a ton of it came up, but actually, I don't know. You can definitely see where the water was. It's pretty defined. I wouldn't say this is water resistant much at all, although it isn't completely gone, so I guess it's got that going for it. But don't expect this to hang around on the page if you spill a bunch of water on it. It's just not gonna. All right, let me zoom back out. And we'll take a look at the chromatography right quick. Where is it? Ah, here it is. All right. So, there. As you can see in the video on the other side there, definitely it starts here, of course. You can see like a band. And that's sort of what you see left over in the water test. And then a lot of the like bright blue is gone. This is a really nice bright blue up here. None of my pens really showed it as a bright blue, but maybe if you have a fine nib or something like that, or maybe a very broad nib where it's kind of, I don't know, undersaturated in the middle, it'll help out. This is a fairly saturated ink. One of the more saturated ones, I would say, from Montblanc's limited editions. But I definitely don't regret getting this one. But it's not going to be my favorite of their limited editions or of the blues that I have. So, you know, take that as you will. I don't regret buying it, but it's not very much ink. I'm probably gonna hang on to it just as a completionist because I've got a lot of them since I started buying these. I'm not gonna necessarily go back and buy old ones, but as new ones become available, I'll probably get them because they all turn out to be pretty good. All right, so this has been Montblanc's Leo Tolstoy. This is Sky Blue, 35 milliliters. Find this at, I got this at Anderson Pens, I believe. Does it have a tag on it? It doesn't. Yeah, I got this from Anderson Pens. I bought it. They didn't send me this one. They don't send me full bottles. I just buy them. So there's that. So go find this at Anderson Pens or your favorite Montblanc retailer. Now, with that being said, it is tough to find. So if you find it on somebody's site, don't hesitate. Go get it because, I mean, if you want it. If you don't want it, then hesitate all day. I don't care. But if you do want it, don't hesitate because it will disappear. This stuff actually sold out. Last time Anderson's got it in, their order was short, and it was sold out within, I don't know, not very long, like minutes, right? So, you know, grab it when you get a chance. Put in a restock notification for wherever you go, that sort of thing. That's my advice if you want this ink. All right, that's it. I am Mike. This has been Ink Dependence, and this has been Leo Tolstoy. And this has been my wife's handwriting. Good job. Thanks. If you like this blog and you would like to support this endeavor, then please go over to www.patreon.com/inkdependence to find out how you can help to support the blog with a recurring monthly donation of as little or as much as you're into. And to my current patrons, thank you a ton for supporting my ongoing blog endeavors, and I will see y'all later. Peace out.